you don't own integrity, people won't believe that all the things you've accomplished.
And I think we don't always acknowledge how human beings, survived and evolved by having an instinct to hunt.
Welcome.
Name, call, sign. No. Name and call signs.
Jason, Aussie, Commander.
MJP.
Isaac, Sparky.
Jacob, I'm Honey Badger.
Patrick, Toto.
Matthew, New Kiba.
Jared, Subway.
Perfect.
Jonas, Hagrid.
Perfect. How long have the Imperials been a team?
So, that was a hard question to ask. So, I think we've been about 3 years as has it been 4? It's been 4 years as an organized, official team. But then we've got we've got GM who's not here and Salem who's off camera who've been around and Hagrid who, we've been in the community for 15 years and have kind of run together. MJ and I have kind of run together as a mini team for 8, 9, 10 years now since we kind of moved out
together
here.
for a long time, yeah.
So, as an organized team, it's been about 4 years, but we've been around.
Okay.
Well, the decision to make a team, Aussie, myself, and Salem went out to go play at Warrior Village Field before they'd moved. And we had such an amazing time playing together. We did a phenomenal job working together. And Aussie was like, why don't we finally make this official as a team? And so the three of us started it. Aussie is obviously our natural leader, so he took the lead on it. And then from there, we've grown because we don't just do Airsoft. We're a community of people who believe in having fun together and some common ideals. So we do online stuff, we do Airsoft, we do life together. So we find people in the community that fit that role, and they join our team.
I love that. We do life together.
Yep.
That's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it. Because
Yep.
we're very much the same way. And
Yep.
it's awesome to have that group of people.
It
to
really
right?
is. Yeah.
I found getting to know all you guys a bit more, talking to some of you guys, who I have. It's been awesome,
Yeah, we do on the field, we do off the field, we do all sorts of stuff, from building Sparky's fence at his house to Airsoft to
Museums.
going to Ballahack and museums. We go out to Vegas, Vegas is one of the ones for video game stuff, so we do all sorts of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. For video games.
Fallout New Vegas is out there.
It actually is. It actually is an event.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, also, this is going to be about as unprofessional as you can get. So don't worry about anything, really.
I'm not.
Not that don't they're being, the little shorts that I've been putting out have been received pretty well. People seem to like them. People seem to want to see more.
They're nice.
And you have to have a place to start, because a lot of these, I think with Cobalt's View, we ended up on nuclear physics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, homeboy can talk, and he knows what he's talking about.
No, we're not doing that.
And look,
He
the
just,
sports marks didn't go
just
nowhere.
warned us about that.
Let's move along. Let's move along.
Let's move on. Hey guys, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Yes, I got to say it. I love it. Who started the team?
So that would be me, MJ, and Salem initially, and then GM was kind of quick on, and we were just kind of running together for the longest time, and we started picking up people along the way.
I was kidnapped. Help me.
Oh yeah, we've got Toto here, who's from Kansas, because Toto is no longer in Kansas anymore.
That's perfect.
And we got Nukuba here, who's from Virginia. So they started as role-play buddies online, and then escalated to video games, and then they came and hang out with us, and then we kidnapped them in traditional Imperial style.
Okay, perfect. Austin, I'd like you to get in touch with the Virginia
I have a loving family.
I see you. Don't worry. We heard you. We heard you.
Blink twice if you're in distress.
No, it's the stress at all. The Imperial way is the way.
Why did you guys start the team?
So we started the team to better pull together, to better organize, to better be recognized and represented. Like, yeah, you go out onto the field and you find a cool player and you're like, yeah, that player showed up. But we want it to be like, oh, the Imperials have showed up. It's easier to organize a group of people when they follow the same flag. We're all, for the most part, except for those who forgot, wearing their same uniform. Like, or losing them. It's easier just to be a team and to work together when you're saying you're a team. It's kind of just the do what you're going to do. It's live how you've said you're going to live, and we've said we're going to be a team, so we're a team. That's why we started it, because it's easier to organize, it's easier to manage, and we all get recognized and be like, oh, the Imperials are here. Great.
Bowling alleys look at you weird when you show up in a stormtrooper costume.
Maybe they look at you weird.
I think there was when you have a group of friends doing things together and you're kind of always, there, the next step of making it a team and organizing it adds some... It adds more of a, not validity, because it's already a valid connection, but it tells the community around you that this is a connection that you value. So we've always been playing together. We've played together for a very long time. This is the guy who got me into the main community of Airsoft, because I didn't know it existed. So we've always played together, but now we're telling the community as a whole, we're a group of players who play together because we care about each other, and we care about you guys. So let's work together and let's have some fun.
Well, I think, speaking for myself, you guys were one of the first teams, if not the first team, that were pretty awesome to us coming on the scene a couple years ago.
Awesome.
And just like, you guys didn't feel standoffish. You're like, hey, we're the Imperials, how you doing, yada, 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 and that means a lot to the new teams or players on the field, I'm sure. And that is something that any team can get behind and follow. I think that we need to see a lot more of that in the community, of just like people talking to each other, people reaching out to each other, and not being standoffish to new players and like, who the hell is this guy? No, we don't need that. If we want to build a community, we all have to be good to each other.
Yeah, we try to avoid all the clickiness. Even if we may disagree with another team or not understand their type of gameplay, I know we're kind of seen as one extreme, like Imperials are the go-tos for the role players, and we may not understand CQB very well, for example. It's not really our jazz, but we understand there's different types of games, and that's okay. Not every game has to be one that you like. And if you think that every game needs to be one that I'm going to go and I'm going to perfectly like that game, every game is going to be boring if they're written just for the way that you like a game. So having different sorts of games and different sorts of teams is just good for the community. It's good for the events. It keeps things fresh. Everyone's got something they can look forward to when they look at the calendar or look at the team lineup, and they can be like, oh, that event looks cool. Whereas someone else might look at the same event and be like, nope, not having it.
Yeah. No, I'm really glad you said that, because when I think of the Imperials, I'm always thinking of the role playing guys that bring a lot of fun to the team, like to the field, because I think Airsoft has gotten away from that a little bit, like maybe gotten more competitive. Some more competitive people have come out. Where I think I wasn't there, I was here, but it seemed like watching older videos, it was a lot more of the role playing type stuff, and now it's becoming more of a competitive team sport. And I think it's important for everyone to recognize that role-playing teams have an absolute spot on the field, because that just brings a shitload of fun to the field. And that's generally what we're all trying to do, is have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome that you guys do that, because like I was telling Paul earlier, or Jacob Paul, saying that earlier, one of my favorite clips is just him screaming at the top of his lungs, you're charging to the Mac. Clearly we're all going to get taken out, but it was fun as hell. And that's awesome to see that over the top dramatic. It helps bring, just get your blood going when you're going,
So personally, a little off topic, like when I look back writing games, MJ and I especially are kind of relics of the past. Like we remember the days where like the moderators were all the role players, and you'd look up to them and their performances and stuff at a lot of the fields. So, like especially at like Millstream and stuff, and some of the older Harris stuff, you know, you'd have the trusted players doing role play. I know one of the videos out there is like some of the old Red Breach videos, like showcase that phenomenally. And it's just, there was so much going on back then that all seemed to be, it gave life to the game you were playing. And I always admired that. So, you know, I still think there's room for that in Airsoft, even if, you know, we're kind of shuffling around. You know, a couple of games every year seems to be acceptable. We can always mix them in. We can always change things up. I don't want to see things swing too far one way or the other.
No, absolutely. And even in competitive games, there's still room for the role players. You know, it just enhances that experience. You know,
So when we started playing, one of the fields that we played at was Millstream Field up in Monmouth, Maine, which has since closed down about 10 years ago.
About there,
About
yeah.
10 years ago, it shut down. It was a unique field because it was free to play. You didn't have to pay to play there. And so when we started playing, there were a lot of new people that would show up. A lot of the kids would show up. So for us culturally, you know, making sure that those new players have a welcoming space and a fun space, an enjoyable place to experiment with Airsoft is important. So that's one of the reasons why we're just, you know, so incredibly open, because we love the sport and we want it to be able to grow, and we can't do that unless we invite, you know, that 12-year-old with a Springer who has no idea what he's doing. If we don't invite him in to join and have fun, he's not going to stick around.
The number of times I've handed off my rifle
Yeah.
to a newbie,
Yeah.
the grin on his face.
Yeah.
do the Imperials play games outside of the state of Maine?
Yes. We've done Ballahack at least once, or we have done Ballahack once. We were planning on going this year, but then this guy here went and broke himself, and that guy there broke his transportation. So we wound up scrubbing that for this year. Other than that, we haven't played much outside the state. I know MJ and I did some CQB down in Mass before, and he's done some out-of-state ops.
Yeah, I've played a few places.
And then Sparky here used to play down in Florida, but not as an Imperial. This year we are looking to wave the flag a little bit more. We want to play at like RPC and UBG. You know, just get out there a little bit more. See what there is. Probably make one trip up to Southern Aroostook just to give them.
We want to do the same.
Yeah, you know, get it together just to go give the field a check out. The owner up there has always been cool. He's come down to visit before,
He's
so
great.
yeah. So yes, we have played elsewhere outside the state, and we're looking to do it a little bit more as well. Just kind of broaden the horizons a bit.
Okay. How was Florida? How is Florida Airsoft? It sounds terrible.
Well, he still has both his legs, so the gator hasn't made off with it.
It's not the Gators you got to worry about. It really is Florida, man. So when I played in Florida, I didn't do anything on the scale that I've done up here. I started playing with a couple of my friends from high school in our buddy's backyard, because they had a apartment over the garage that nobody lived in, so we could go in there and shoot it up, and it wasn't a big deal.
Nice.
So we did that for a while, jumping out of the windows of the apartment and doing breaching of the door and things of that nature. But as is the way, our guns started getting better. We started spending more money on them. And we started putting serious damage to the drywall. So we had to relocate, and we could... At the time, there was not an actual airsoft field, at least not that we were aware of, a dedicated space for it. So we tried to find some woods in somebody's backyard that we could play in, and it didn't pan out well.
I was gonna say, you're braver than I am. I wouldn't go in those woods to play.
GM also used to play down in Florida, and he said some similar things. It's not as organized, at least back then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this
GM
was-
was playing years and years ago.
This was some 15 years ago when I was doing it originally.
Well, I think in the last 10 years, I think there's a shift happening in Airsoft where it's definitely getting more popular with people. And I think it's important to have teams such as the Imperials to help lead the way for younger players on, the etiquette to have as best as possible, What are some of the local fields you guys like to play at?
Well, Harris and Coles are definitely the fields around. Harris, we've been playing at for a long, long time. We kind of pulled back a little bit this year, but we'll be back out this year. It's for a few games at least. Coles will be out for a few games. MJ, Salem, and I have played up at Warrior Village. Did you ever play at Warrior, Honey Badger? No? I think that's probably it for us for Warrior. We'll probably make at least one trip out there this year, see their new setup. Again, just kind of wave the flag. Other than that, there's not ones we regularly play at, but we've at least played there. There was the field that was half backyard, half professional in Auburn.
Yeah, I don't think they're around anymore.
I don't think they are either.
No, I haven't seen any advertisements. They ran a winter game, and we were excited because you started for Airsoft through the winter. So we show up to this game. It's in their backyard in Auburn, and they had maybe a couple acres, and it was a nice little setup. Wintertime, we get our guns all put together, batteries in. I pull the trigger, immediately strip my piston. So for the rest of the game, I used some backup M4 they had laying around.
Yay, Airsoft!
It was special, but we had a good time. It was a nice. There's only 4 of us that showed up, but I don't think that field's around anymore. I don't think he was able to keep it running.
Okay.
And then we're looking forward to trying your guys' field at some point throughout the year. We actually hope you guys organize an actual game.
So, with our field, as you guys have just come up my driveway, there's limited parking space. So the only way we are going to be doing that this year, and you guys are more than welcome to come up. It will be team at a time, And so far, we had the Warfighters up with Omega, or some of them. I think it was kind of a mixed match of different people, but we had a blast. We have about 10 acres to play at. We built it up a good amount, and we will continue to do so because each time. I forget who it was, or they're trying to assault the building. Dude, I don't like that building there. I'm like, well, yeah, man, we're not going to make it easy. We put something there. And we're like, yeah, this is awesome. You take out anyone coming near you. Now we got to build stuff to attack it. So always doing back and forth on the defense and the attack. So everyone that's in whatever position has a chance to dominate. That's always what we're chasing. But you guys are welcome up anytime, and we'll absolutely set that up. We're asked to play out more, and then last year we played out the most so far, and at the end of it our guys are like, can we just play at home for a little while, and it just has a different feel. Our guys are awesome guys, not saying the guys in the community aren't, because we've met nothing but great people, but when you play with people there's really no...
It's one of the stressors that we have in our role as role players and team leaders at games that we show up to is oftentimes we don't get the chance to play as a team together doing things.
Okay.
This year, it's one of the things we want to focus on is being able to actually play as the team, just our own unit, and get back to having that fun dynamic between us. Doing stuff. It's one of the small things we want to be able to do.
Then we can definitely offer you that. The only thing will be
great.
Is we'll run 2 games each, and our games are not long. They're like an hour and a half until we're out of ammo. We take a half-hour break. We shoot the shit, talk about all the awesome stuff we did. Then we go out and play another game, and we're usually done about 3:00. And that's done. You're packed out and gone. But to cut down on any type of BS, which I don't feel like we get with you guys, is that we're going to mix match the first game, mix the teams up, so everyone gets a chance to play with each other a little bit. Then the second game we can go head to head and see how it goes. Just so to cut down on any of the,
I like that.
You know what I mean? Just so we get to know each other. We can play against each other and do the competitive thing all you want, but the whole goal is to get to know each other. So you can, if we're out on the bigger fields, you can be like, oh, there's a Death Eater, that's beef, or that's rabbit. I know them, or and it just works better. So I think that if we just did the head-to-heads all the time, then it would kind of alleviate or take care of that.
It can get
promotes friends playing together instead of strangers playing together.
And that
I like
is what
that.
we're trying to do.
Yeah,
we're trying to get to know
that.
each other more.
That we might learn some tactics. Y'all do different.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Not only that, it'd also be nice to know who else could do a leading role at the regular fields, because usually it's somebody from our team like Aussie or MJP who are doing the CO positions of both teams, and we're split up amongst both teams to try and help out the newbies. It'd be nice to see who could step up to do these roles and try to introduce ourselves and be like, hey, do you come here often? Do you like to play Airsoft only here? Do you like to go other places? Do you want to join teams?
Yep.
Figure out tactics, stuff like that. Just see who's out there in the community and who's willing to really get into it.
That's a great point, Subway. Very good point.
That's why he's here. Just for that moment.
Occasionally he says something useful. And hide your ketchup. All of the ketchup.
Oh my god!
Getting back on track,
All right,
what are
guys.
some of your favorite aspects in Airsoft being a team?
Ooh, being able to run up to my friend and shooting him in the butt whenever he's being an idiot.
It's always good.
That is like when he makes a stupid call or something and he like gets the whole team killed, or he starts mouthing off and you just walk up to him and you pull out your pistol and you shoot him in the butt. It's like,
Okay, there's
dude,
one
shut
thing.
up.
So, as a new player, I haven't been able to play a game where we've been a full team like we said earlier. That's something we want to get back to. But I've been able to play with Salem and Sparky and Toto. And in one of our recent games, we worked very well. It was great communication as a team. Like, hey, like leapfrog. I need to move up, take point. All three of us took this field throughout Coles, where the Christmas trees, right? The bloody Christmas trees. Fuck my brain.
The Christmas trees are so
Anyways,
much fun.
and we're
dude.
bunny hopping through the right flank of the Christmas trees as the enemy's holding the left, going towards where that little bloody pond's at. And we basically took the whole field. It was absolutely wonderful. I ended up dying. I think Sparky ended up dying. We had to walk back. But Salem, Hagrid, Toto, we ended up pushing, and holding the whole field. It was wonderful. And communication was great. It was laughter. They all held their points. And it was fun working as a unit. Like actually going through and just systematically taking the field.
That's awesome.
It's a camaraderie that comes with it. Being able to walk up to somebody you know and be like, hey, what's up, idiot? Not much, dipshit. Awesome.
People put a stand on the
Needs to be
word
a lot
brother.
more
It's
of
all
that.
like that. Too.
Yeah.
It needs to be, we need to be able to do that with other people and other
Be
teams.
comfortable with
Yeah,
it
and that's-
and be like, it's okay. We're having fun. There's a little competitiveness to it, but we're out here to have fun and play a game as a team and do an objective. Whether we win or lose, we're going to try to have fun doing it. And you get some really incredible moments while doing that. Like, 1 year at Coles when we went, my gun, I stripped the motor in it. Stripped it at like halfway through. And I was like, dang it. Now I've just got my pistol. And I'm looking out in the middle of this wide open field, and the enemy is on this little fort base. And I'm like, hold my gun, pull out my pistol, just pull a dead sprint out there. I somehow make it, and there's like 4 people laying on their backs.
You
inside
somehow
of
make it because I was there
somehow
with you.
make it.
I was
after I
you.
made it.
He took Aussie bullets.
Took everybody out and then proceeded to hide behind the little walls. He runs up behind me, and for the next like half an hour, I throw all of my CO2 canisters on the ground, and we're sitting here just changing CO2, reloading pistol mags, and popping up and shooting more people. And then we drop back down, reload more mags, and the whole time it's just like BBs and CO2 all over the place. Half an hour later, eventually they get enough people over and they overwhelm us and they hit us and we gotta go back. But it's moments like that that make Airsoft so worth it. So much fun. That you can have such a bond with somebody that you can be back there and be like, shut up, I'm loading!
Yeah.
I think
it's just fun.
I think
It's
some of
just
the
fun.
the big thing about Airsoft too is, we get to be each other. We get to always step into like a different role or do something a little bit different. It's always, how is the team going to react under stress? And we usually always react pretty well under stress. But as long as you're going into it as a team, whether you win, whether you lose, whether you're happy or whether you're upset, as a team, it's going to bring you together. Whether it's, that day didn't go well, we didn't complete our objectives, like whether you're disappointed and you're pulling together as in a group, just talking about it, how can you do better, or we did really good, we took all those objectives, or we had good relations with other teams and stuff. It's your team is going to come together as long as you went into it as a team. So good, bad, ugly. At the end of the day, you're going to come together regardless of whatever happened.
Great point.
Having the team together in Airsoft has helped me. I will get. I'll get salty sometimes. I'll get a little annoyed. I'll get a little annoyed by things, dehydrated and pissy, and that can quickly ruin everybody's day, including mine.
Don't worry, you just take a nap halfway through the game and you'll be fine.
So having the team, right? They're all saying stuff that I've been prompted to do by them, But like, Matt, MJ, you're being a jerk. Okay, yeah, I am being a jerk, and then I'll just lay down, take a quick 5-minute nap, and then I'm good, Or somebody will crack a joke, somebody will say something, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I am definitely in my head in this. I need to come out of it, and that's a really nice part about being on an Airsoft team is having that.
That's a great point you make, and I think everybody's made the same point. So we could all use a Snickers sometimes when we're out there.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll get that in 1 second. Austin was talking in one of our last interviews. That's Rabbit right there. And I think it was Clawhammer last year. Like, not even halfway through, he looks at me. He's like, dude, I'm fucking done with this. I'm fucking done with this. And I'm like, dude, I know. And then he said, after the game, he's like, I'm so happy I have this team to be on because you guys make it fun when it's not, And great point.
So the last Clawhammer I showed up to, I wasn't feeling great. I had some mental health stuff going on. I shouldn't have been there. I had paid. I'm going to sit there through the whole thing. And the initial engagement through it was a problem for me. The gun wasn't working right. Somebody else's gun went down, so I gave them my gun to try to fix their gun. And I walked back to CP, and I was like, I'm done. And then this guy comes up, and he's like, I'm done too. And then we just sat there together for the entire game. People would come into the CP, like, hey guys, make sure you drink some water. If you need something, we got some stuff on the cart. Like they got this whole cart we bring out. So we had some water, we had BBs and stuff on there. I was able to fix that other guy's gun and give it to him. But it was like, we just sat there and we were together and we had the comfort of each other, as men out on the field.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was wonderful. I loved it.
Summarize,
Rabbit and I did the
embrace
same
the suck.
thing.
Embrace the suck.
We embraced the suck together.
Embrace the suck.
Yeah, it was
Rabbit
good.
and I did the same exact thing 2 years ago at Clawhammer. He was like about to have a seizure because he gets them sometimes, and the team was going out, and I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm staying with him." For like 2 hours, 2 hours, we just sat there, and it was awesome. Actually, my favorite picture from Airsoft is of him and I doing that.
It's actually one of the things I try to encourage is like, hey, we really should stick together till the end. Whether you're going to sit out of the game or not. Like, I know there was a game last year where it was like it had gone totally tits up, and I was just done with it myself. Some arrangements hadn't been kept. Like, there was some animosity, and I took myself out, and I was like, I'm not leaving, but I'm done with this game for now. I'm done with this match, and I took myself out. But, I'm not going to leave the field over it. I'm going to sit there until my team is done. Yep. So if my team is in it, I am here at least. Whether it's MJ at least being there for moral support because his leg is messed up, or if someone's just kind of sick and just waving us on, it's like your team is there at least to support you in whatever capacity they can. So, and then when you're done, the team's done.
Yep.
So if it's great, make sure it's great together. If it sucks, it's going to suck a little bit less because your friends are there.
That's a great point. I played football in school and I cracked my hip in half. That sounds so much worse than, let me say, fractured. There was a crack down my hip, and it was halfway across.
It still sounds terrible. That's not better. That's even worse.
But I was still on the sidelines for the rest of that season cheering on the team, and it was expected of me to do so. So I 100% agree. When you get hurt or you're mentally taking yourself out of the game, still be there for your team. I love your answers to all these questions, guys.
There could be some fun to be had as well. There's been a few times where I've been sick, and because I have all the gear, I have to bring the gear down. So I've slept in my car. But even when you're out there, you turn the radio on, and it can be a lot of fun hearing all the teams chat on the radio, bouncing stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're, there's been many times when I've been playing where my gun has gone down. Just stay in the game.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be fun there. You're going to find something interesting.
Like taking out a tank with a stick.
Yeah, taking it out and taking a stick. It's all good. I stripped another piston. I stripped a lot of pistons. And so I'm going around the whole field with this stupid little stick here. And I came
Why do
in...
you have it with you?
Because I carry it with me everywhere.
That's awesome.
So we had a vehicle that we were pretending was a tank, and so I just walked in behind it, and there were two guys there who didn't understand that I was on the other team for some reason. So I just tapped him with this. I'm like, "Yeah, you're both out now." Oh man! And then I walked up behind the tank, and I'm like, "So, can I take the tank out?" And he's like, "I guess, yeah, go ahead." So yeah, took it out with a stick.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. What are some of your guys' favorite platforms to run? I mean, we don't need to go dive deep into it, but I definitely want to know what some of your...
Thompson.
Thompson?
Tommy.
All right.
My first night game, I got to play that with full auto, just World War II and everything, right? And I host so many Chinese people.
Chinese
I got
people.
The Chinese team. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What else we got? What are some other guys' favorites?
Hagrid, what do you run? Talk about your eccentricities.
Yeah, I run a AK gas blowback and Tanaka Smith & Wesson revolver.
Very cool.
Sometimes many revolvers.
Occasionally, yes,
I
I'll
think
do
I've
the
seen, like-
Blackbeard thing, just like 18 pistols.
Oh, you're unloaded? Just go to the next gun. Don't reload.
Subway,
You
sound
have
off.
like 3
Yeah,
revolvers
yes,
on you at
yes.
one time,
Yeah.
and then you like
Herding
went in your
cats.
boot and you just pulled one out. I'm like, where are you keeping all
I've
these?
never had one
Subway,
on my
what gun do you
boot, but
use?
I've had others.
I like the M4 platform, but I use the MK47 Mutant just because I like 7.62.
Okay.
But I like the AK bags.
Okay.
Because then you can AK flip it and
Yeah.
and it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to be in the middle of a firefight and drop a mag like that, and it's all you. Nobody else sees it.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
enhances your
just a
experience.
you factor. It's
Yeah,
just a you factor.
there has to be a U factor for
Yeah,
that,
and then I run a 1911 and the M29 grenade launcher.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, M29.
You run a
No,
203.
M203. Yeah,
Okay.
grenade launcher, with 7
Something like that.
40 mic shells,
Okay.
and then some just hand grenades.
Perfect.
Toto
Bump
here,
that
that
number
works.
up.
Toto here doesn't have his own setup yet. What has been your favorite to run so far?
The M14.
Nice
he likes
choice.
the M14.
Good choice. Solid choice.
Honey Badger?
So recently acquired, but really enjoying my SR25. So
Again, I've been hearing a lot
I
about
really,
this gun
I
this
really
year.
like having that range to take people out. But an important part of my kit, aside from that, because you get close enough or you get into a building and you need something that's more close up, more personal, is I'm either running a CO2 1911 because 2 world wars can't be wrong, or I have a much affection for shotguns. I know most are low powered. You're firing that multi-shot, but it is still multi-shot, so they'll feel it if you hit them in the head.
Yeah, 100%.
Sparky?
I use an M4. The primary reason I picked it is because I saw it was what the majority of people had on the field. So I carry a crap ton of magazines. This last season, at least 4 separate times, people came up to me out of ammo, and I was able to hand them a mag, and they were able to keep playing.
Yep.
So that's
call.
why I picked it.
Great call.
MJ?
I saw. I picked the G36 in the very beginning of playing Airsoft, and now I own 13 of them.
So you like it?
Well, we have an interesting relationship being G36s, and I just can't get rid of them.
Okay.
This is the last season. I've decided if this season it doesn't work out, I'm switching to the AK platform. But so far, it's actually worked out pretty well.
Advancements in technology.
Advancements in technology, yeah. But just for the fun of it, because you want to make it your own, my G36 runs M4 mags, but I got the AK style M4 mags just to mess with people. So they're super long and disgusting, and I love every second of them.
Such a pretty gun.
I also run the M4 mags because the same reason that Sparky runs the M4s, so we can hand the mags back and forth.
Yeah, that's the smart
So
thing to do.
if I need to, I carry one on me to hand out to people.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, that's what I run. It's served me okay for the last 12 years.
All right.
15 years.
So I think the saying here is Imperials love the wacky, the wonderful, and the unique. And I think mine kind of embody that too. I'm probably most known for the M14.
Yes, you are.
It's the only M14 MG that I know to exist. It's based on a real gun, actually. It was used in Vietnam. They were like, well, we want to replace the BAR, the M1 Garand.
Yep.
They wanted a gun that could do everything. And it didn't work out great. Like, I'm not saying it's God's gift, but
That was actually a really good gun, though.
the first full auto real gun I ever shot was an M14. My uncle only loaded it with 5 rounds, and I still wound up on my butt. I was 12.
You know, I not to interrupt you. I'm sorry. We'll get right back to you. I don't. My brain is a little hazy over the years, but I remember watching a thing about the M14, and one of the reasons that they got rid of it is because it was too good. It was too good of a gun, and soldiers can generally only hit people at like 300 yards.
Yeah.
Right.
It can reach out and touch more.
Yeah, that gun is like way more than people needed.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, I've always been a big fan of the M14. I have an M1A Scout in real steel, so
I've got the full length one too.
Oh, nice.
So I'm probably most known for that. I've also got my 1911 with my little pistol shotgun. People love that anytime it happens. I rock the MG42s. Both, yeah, 2 of them.
You have MG42s?
Yes.
Nice.
We got the guns working fantastic last year for D-Day. The problem with the 42s is the drums are garbage, so we're actually working on modifying some designs for a better drum. Most recently, the M16 with the grenade launcher. We're running like the VN M16. So like, I've also got the Thompsons. We've got the bolt actions. It's once you're squad leader, like everyone's like, "Oh, my gun's down." Well, man, I'm gonna take this. Pull it. My gun's down. Take this. Guess I'm using this today. So you're always moving on to something else, and you always need more. So it's like, well, worst case scenario, the squad winds up using it. So you wind up buying some more, and you're like, well, eventually you hit the point where there was a time when I ran around with dual clear CO2 pistols, and I always wanted the MG42. And then you have the MG42, and you're like, well, darn. I guess I have it all now.
Now I need 2 MG42s.
Now I need 2 MG42s. And it's like, well,
this guy has
what?
See, now
what
I need
gun
a
did I
third one to be
kinda
permanently
want?
mounted to the tank.
Down at Harris, we're at prison, just on the outskirts of prison. This whole team is coming in on us, and this guy grabs 2 MG42s.
Flints.
Yeah, you grabbed Flints, right? Well, you own Flints now.
I own Flints now.
And so he's just one in each hand stands up and it's just spraying the field with BBs, hitting people left and right, just going crazy with it. It was insane. It was awesome.
Airsoft. And like in essence, that's what Airsoft is.
Yeah, it was great.
There.
It was
That's
awesome.
what we can do. What are some things you hope to see more of on your local airsoft fields?
I want
The
to
bodies of my enemies, the line events of their women.
Yes, red rags are always a good option.
Yes, brighter red rags. I've been looking into that.
People stepping up to take roles, because like I said earlier, we're usually the ones who step up to take like CO or XO positions or squad lead positions, and we're separating. But I'd like it if I could see some other people step up to take some more important roles, get more well known with the community, see about like joining a team, if not just having fun and learning to play the game better and like just have fun.
I would add to that, like if you're afraid of a leadership role, the only way that you're going to get the hands-on experience, the knowledge, the wisdom of leadership at an airsoft game, whether it's you're controlling a squad, you're controlling a platoon, or a whole army of people, is just doing it. Get out there and try it. You might not like it at first, but you will get better. That is something that I've learned just by doing it. I was asked, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to back down from this challenge. I'm just going to take it because How will I know if I've got the stuff if I don't give it a try?
And
And you're always going to respawn.
If you screw up, what was the actual cost? Is okay. Your team might be upset with you because you didn't lead them well enough, but you're going to do it better next time. You know, you're not losing anything. You're just gaining a skill. There's no problem in trying to lead because you'll learn something interesting about it.
And another thing, like, we spread out and kind of all act as like mini leaders out on the field. Like, I can send Sparky out to be like, oh, go take this group of newbies. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, take localized control if you're not ready for the big picture. You don't even have to take control. It's just when we were at Balahak, for example, like, no one knew who we were, but we'd show up and be like, you group of players here, like, direct them for what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to take a position and you know there's good cover over there, just communicate it. There's some good cover over there. Can you get me some covering fire? Like, communicate. Just start to coordinate and you'll start to build up your skills until you're ready to do more. And then it's just, once you got that communication, it's start working with your buddies on the radio, for example, or radio into command. Like, listen to what other people are doing. And you'll start to pick it up yourself and you can start using it more. So even if you're not fully ready for a full-on, I'm going to lead this faction this day to glorious victory or ruinous defeat, like, just start doing the steps. Start with your local area. That's what we kind of all do, is just, if we can take, that local area and just start coordinating, it's going to make everyone's game just that little bit better. They're going to be a little bit more organized. There's going to be a little bit more of, oh, I'm working in a bigger picture, not just playing this game. And there's no problem if you want to show up and play the game. But for the people who do want a little bit more, it's there for them.
Right.
I would say, for me, something that I'd like to see more of in the next year for the community and for the Airsoft is a move away from COD softing and a move back to more of the team plays, team objectives, actual things to win at, actual things to go at, and the more of the team aspect of things compared to the multiplayer online game where it's a single player running around getting all the kills. I'd like to see more of that team aspect on the fields.
I think you will, the more teams we have.
Yeah.
The more people that join teams and there's teams. Because I've talked in other groups that the team over... someone was saying there was a stretch of a few years where the teams were not a very big thing. And they missed having that rivalry of what teams they were. The Wolfpack and Op4 had a big rivalry, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah.
And people missed that. A friendly rivalry at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
it was there.
Yeah, and that enhances the experience,
That's good
right?
competitiveness.
I got to tell you, guys inspired me a bit. Quick story. What game was it? What game was that? The last game we played in October.
Chosin?
No. It was Dusty's game.
Oh, Stalker.
Stalker.
Yeah. What's the other name of it?
Not Stalker?
I'm totally
Thank
drawing
you.
a blank.
Extraction?
No. It was the Stalker game.
Exclusion Zone.
Thank you.
Exclusion Zone.
Exclusion Zone.
Hybrid with the win all the time.
Dusty came up and he's like, "Hey man, do you want to run the whole team?" And I was like, "No interest. I'm going with my guys." And then a girl came up that's never played Airsoft and took
Daisy.
lead of the team.
Yep.
I'm like, "Wow." I felt
She was
like-
pretty good for her first time.
She
That's
was great.
awesome.
She did a great job.
I felt like a douche. I was like, I played for a while and I was like, no, I'm just running my guys, So that's something I'm definitely going to think about doing soon. So you guys inspire me. Thank you.
That was a really good moment too. As she stepped up, she was a new player and everything.
Yeah.
that's something I like to see more. Is new
Yeah.
players being more active in just
Never
whatever the game
played.
is, whatever aspect of the game. Hey, I want you to play this. I want you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And she did good.
She also had support from
a lot of
players.
very experienced people.
Yeah, so we were able to constantly keep in touch with her, make sure she understood what was happening, make sure she was able to communicate. She did an excellent job. I've actually reached out to her afterward and asked if she'd be willing to come back and lead for some of my games. So hopefully she comes back.
I'm actually going to take a
Hopefully
page.
come back.
I'm going to take a page from Omego's book here, and I'm not going to go too deep into any drama or anything. I want to see teams just be more embracing of the community. It's we all want better things for the community, even if teams have their own preference. And I know Imperials are always pretty loud about it, but most people are trying to work for the betterment of the community, even if they've got a different way of doing it. So try to be a little bit more understanding, especially of our new players, of what another team is trying to do, because they're likely trying to enhance your experience. I think that's important, and I think we're kind of pulling away from that, and I'd like to go back. And I know, we're kind of at the heart of some of it too, but from the heart, that's my thought, is we all just kind of need to be like, okay, we're all going to work towards the betterment of the community, and let's try to work with the thinking of they're trying to better the community.
No, that's
When-
a great point.
When you say back, we're talking more of like with Millstream
Yeah.
than compared to, so like for the veteran players who may watch this, when we say go back to, we're not talking about going back to Harris before Omega. We're talking about going back to Millstream and the openness and the community that was there, that were able to help people and embrace people and grow a community there. That's what we mean by it. We don't mean what Harris was
Yeah.
in the past.
So was that a big community?
It ebbed and flowed. Winter games, it would be, there's maybe 20 people there that have showed up for Wintersoft, and it's more they just wanted to hang out, and we might get a game going. But some of our bigger events there have rivaled some of Harris's. I think the biggest on record there was like 250, something like that.
Okay.
Because you had the lower parking lot, the upper parking lot, and people parking along the road. So I think that's a couple of the big events. So
I think we averaged. I think that field averaged probably 50 to 75 players a week. It was
Oh,
about
wow.
50 or 75. Would you say that's? Haggard, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
It was
the
free.
warmer months.
Okay.
Yeah, in the warmer months.
it was free. So the barrier to entry was a lot lower.
Yeah.
Back then. So it was easier to keep the community kind of cycling through and keep them engaged. There was no, I can't afford it this week or this or that. And it was the emphasis was there on the new players. It was get them in, make sure the common sense stuff is there, get them out on the field, and then if there's a problem, like, we can talk to them, and then we'll see if they're getting it, and just kind of roll with it.
Okay.
So it wasn't quite as clinical as it is now.
Well, talking to the people that I've had that we've talked to, everyone kind of feels the same way. So, if we can all do that together, I think it's possible.
I agree.
Let's follow that up with what do we want to see less of in the local airsoft community?
Holding grudges.
Yeah.
I would,
The grudges are
I
getting
would
pretty-
hate
Can I say
to
point
go
for it?
onto the field
I'll do it.
and like have an argument or get into a heated discussion with somebody where there's some yelling there, and God forbid there's hands on anybody else. Like, that is the last thing anybody wants to see.
Yeah,
We don't want to see fights. We don't want to see breaking out into the middle of the field, because that ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
Drama.
Ruins it for everybody, and then everybody just doesn't want to play anymore because there's a
Don't
bad
bring
taste
the
in their
wee
mouth.
woos.
On top of that, an argument or a heated discussion that happens to go on, it's on the airsoft field. It doesn't have to leave the airsoft field. It can stay there. And it doesn't even have to stay there. You can come back another game and you can be like, yeah, I see where you're coming from, or I can understand how you would think that way, and there might be some fault on my part, and I hope you can understand where there might be on your part, and people can get along and come off the field friends and go on the field as friends as well, and at the most rivals, and have a good time. Because I hate going on to there and leaving with a bad taste because something bad might have happened, or you saw something go down and it's like, well, now I don't want to play the rest of the day. I would hate for that to happen.
Gotcha.
And Imperials are guilty of it too. We've held on to things for longer than we should and probably haven't handled things the best, and we can own that too. But we've hit a point in the cycle where it's not productive anymore. It's too destructive, and we're not helping anymore. We've hit the point where it's more harm than help. So it is time to reevaluate and relook at things. And I agree, it's time to let some stuff go. But
Well, I
we
think
still need to help the community.
something that we could add, something that we could take away, right? Because the question was, what do we want to see less of?
Yeah.
And I think what we want to see less of, and I think this is across the board from everybody I've talked to, even the people that, we have had, beefs with or whatever, is assuming negative intent. Assuming that harmful intent is what's really damaging our ability to be a community, right? So I do not like .4s. I think that .4 BB should not be used in our sport. I started 15 years ago with .2s. You've doubled the weight. I'm worried about momentum and damages. I've seen it. I'm worried about it. I don't like them. But there are some people who have thought that I was targeting them when I wasn't, right? They've assumed my intent is targeting them. I'm not targeting any person. I'm targeting that BB because I don't like that BB. And I think that if we remove that assuming the intent, that, negative intent, that we'll have a lot better conversations and really get to know each other.
And I let it get personal too. I have always equated it to you're using this for a tactical or personal advantage, and I think MJ's right. We can argue the science of it, but I would like to see just like, okay, we can chill out, we can have the discussion on it. I think I agree.
I think everybody who's played Airsoft has had a bad day playing Airsoft.
Yep.
I think that and something that we have emphasized on our team, and that's like a core, to the core of our existence, said in many ways, don't be an asshole, don't be a dickhead, and said many other ways than that.
Yeah.
And we really kind of built our team on that. So when we go to our away games, it's very well known that I don't care if people are talking shit to you, turn the other way, go, enjoy your game, The only time that we will ever, like you said, if someone puts hands on any one of our players, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. Like that's just the way it's going to go. But otherwise, we don't talk shit. It's just not going to happen. If it does happen, we've had one instance before, and that was dealt with. The guy talked to the team as a whole. And that's always hard to do, is humbling yourself in front of all your friends, But it does get the best of us, and that goes to talk about people not calling hits and all that stuff. I think having the understanding that we're playing Airsoft and you're not going to feel every single hit, it just, you're going to hit a piece of kit, you're going to hit that. So as the shooter, just kind of keep that in mind and not do your best. Like, oh, you're not calling your fucking hits. Oh my God. It's going to happen. And just to go, he probably didn't feel it, rather than, oh, he's a straight cheater, which you see those too. I've had a guy, I hit him a couple times, leg twitched and everything. I'm like, all right, he's not calling it. And I just shifted fire somewhere else. I'm not going to get all mad about it because that's the rest of the day. If you start getting pissed off, then every little thing that happens for the rest of the day is going to drive you nuts. Then it's going to drive your guys nuts because you're getting driven nuts, and the whole morale just drops. So I think it's a really good philosophy to try to let that negative shit fall off your shoulders and just enjoy your game, because it's Airsoft, it's going to happen. I always try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and at that point, I think we need to think about this as that's a time for moderation at that point, not I need to influence a change here. I need to make them call your, it's not your job to make sure they call their hit. It's, okay, I think they're not calling their hit. I am involved in this situation. Maybe I should have someone come look, or a moderator come look.
Yeah.
I think that's just a thought that people should have, is rather than I should make them call their hit, it's time for someone else to come do that.
Policing other players, I think, is a big no-no.
So I about intent and assuming something. A couple years ago, I was getting hit way more than I should have been getting hit. But I'd have my rag out, I'd be waving it, and I'd be getting lit up again and again and again. And I was mad at this one player because I thought this one player was doing it. And I kind of went to the player. I'm like, dude, what did I do? Like, why are you overshooting me? This is ridiculous. And he's like, I'm not overshooting you. I'm like, you are, though. Like, it's dumb. And so he ended up sending me his camera footage. And in his camera footage, you can't see my red rag. It just wasn't there. You could not see it. And so, I went back to that player. I'm like, dude, Thank you for sending it to me. I'm so sorry that I assumed it was you. It was me. And so I went out the next day and I bought myself a massive piece of red, extremely
Like
bright
3 foot by
neon
3 foot square of just red
fabric.
rag.
And that's what I've used. And ever since then, I am not getting overhit.
Yeah.
They know I'm hit. They can
Yep.
see it. And it was like, yeah, that was like, I gotta remember to humble myself a lot and be like, okay, yeah, no, this is not against me. The dude's just playing the game.
And that's been echoed by almost everybody.
That's awesome.
Exactly what you're saying is that everybody can get heated. The first thing we should be doing is like, okay, how am I fucking up?
Right.
How am I messing this up? Rather than you did this, you're doing, first thing go, okay, what am I doing wrong? Something, instead of just getting pissed off at the player, do your best to do that. It's not going to happen every time. We're humans. But to always keep that in mind, in the heat of what we're doing, I think that's going to cool a lot of heads and hopefully not have any of those arguments that break out that you're talking about. It's just check yourself first before you go policing.
Well,
and
I would
yelling at
also
someone else.
encourage, there's been times where you get the adrenaline going and something happens and you're angry, you yell at somebody afterward, and then going back to make sure, at the end of the game, hey man, I didn't mean that personally. I'm sorry about that. It was an adrenaline, dude. Be good. You know, and that's always been nice.
That's the sign of a big person right there.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a person.
Oh, all right. Stop it.
It's been good. It's been good. And I've seen that happen, not just me. I've seen it. I've got some great footage, actually, of a guy who didn't call his hit. And the moderator pointed it out to him. And I was the guy who was shooting. And I was like, I know I hit this guy. And I'm like, well, what? This is ridiculous. And the moderator calls out to the guy. And the guy's like, what? And he, in the middle of the game, he immediately comes over to me. Dude, I'm so sorry I didn't feel it. I was like, you don't have to be, you don't have to separate yourself from the game to apologize, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
All right. I love hearing all that. What do you guys hope to see come from Airsoft in the next 5 years?
A workable flamethrower.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Yes. All of these things are great. Yes.
Orbital
Delicious.
bombardment.
Yes.
If I can get a cruise missile, I'm okay with that too.
Okay, all right.
Ukraine
Want a
grenade
flamethrower,
drones.
settle for a
In
cruise
A10
missile.
Warthog.
So we are
An A10
legitimately,
Warthog.
the Imperial team is legitimately looking at building 2 mechanized vehicles, 2 tanks, which will have a protected driver's cabin and a protected gunner's cabin. And it will have target areas that the people can shoot at to disable the tank. Instead of just using our cars and, is it disabled or not, we want to actually have a true device which can be used on the field that can be disabled and then have a course of action to re-enable it.
That being
Awesome.
said, that little kid with
gonna
the
be wicked.
fucking foam rocket got me way too many
Yeah,
times.
I
when
know,
he
way too
said
many
that.
times. But yeah, so that's
Dodo was there.
That's
like,
one of the things we're working
he
on.
managed to sneak
that's
up behind
awesome.
me on the Christmas tree and just thump.
I would love to see.
Freaking awesome.
I would love to see better
Oh,
or
no.
more.
The kid with the beef jerky.
I'd like to see more alternative weapons, properly working mortar systems, rocket teams. As crazy as that sounds, it'd be awesome to see in the future of Airsoft a newer gear that comes out that helps diversify your strategies and gear and teams, having teams that are 10, 20, 30 people large, and they go to these crazy events, and those teams have a mortar system. They have a rocket launcher. They have ammunition carriers, stuff like that, to make it more in depth and more effective.
Okay.
To give a broader spectrum of airsoft that you could play at. And
So
it'd
really
be
get
fun.
the simulation in full swing.
Simulation, yeah.
If we're going that
more
far, let's get the BB
simulation
drones in
with
here.
it.
That's the way it is these days.
It'd be really fun to be going out on the field and you just hear CO2 canisters going off in the distance. What's that? And you just hear BB mortars going off next to you, and it's oh, there goes 30 people.
I think I've seen a couple homemade mortars.
They're
Not in real
interesting.
life,
Me
but
too.
online. They're cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the idea. I think you're going to find people that run fields. I don't know if it will clash with their insurance or not. But I love the idea myself.
The idea
fields.
is awesome.
I think it would be really cool. I've always had an idea of having games that cross over fields. We've done it a little bit this last year with Pro League, the last couple of years, where
D-Day,
there'll be one
too.
at
I
Harris.
was
there'll
gonna
be
say,
one,
I
we did it with
did
D-Day.
Night of Nights and D-Day.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to see even more expanded, not just the fields that Omego's involved in, but having a game start at Warrior Village, and then the next week you have the second portion of that game at Harris, and then
That'd be cool.
That'd be neat. It'd
That'd
be
be
really
cool.
cool to do.
That'd be having a different AO every time. That'd be neat.
Yeah.
It gives the feeling of like taking ground.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right,
all right, we're
yeah.
moving on to the
Right.
next
You're
part of
doing
that.
territory on
Yeah.
the map.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Tour of duty.
Keep
Yeah.
people, the teams that are started are committed to doing it.
Yeah,
you
I'd
know?
love to do it.
That's a good idea.
And I like seeing how the fields are developing. Like, as someone who saw Harris without Mac back in the day,
Yeah.
like, watching how far, like, Harris has come is always great, and whatever new thing we're doing, and see, like, Echo be built up, like, even if we don't really play there all that much, like, seeing, like, okay, efforts being put into developing it, and then seeing what Andy has done over at Coles, like, there's always something new every year at Coles. Like, we started with nothing.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, we've got 3 or 4 huge bases. And like this year, we've got a couple of more little, like smaller self-contained bases. Like, what's going to be next year at that field? So like watching the fields build up too is always good to see. I want to see how that winds
It's like
up.
watching a garden grow. Because I remember Harris as like, oh, we've got compound. It has 3 rooms. And then the next year, we've got compound. And now we have another
Village.
building that has like 4 or 5 rooms. And now we have what, like, I want to say 7, 8 structures
it's nuts.
on Harris that have all just keep growing, expanding, or evolving. Like, Mac
Prison.
Building has a sniper tower now. It's crazy.
Well, I think this is a great time to plug to people. Go out and build at your local airsoft build in their build days. You're welcome to do
Yeah.
so.
Even
Not
if you're
just
just there with a
not
paint,
You can look at that camera
paint
too and
roller.
tell them, go build.
Yeah, you
Freaking
need
awesome. Please go to build days.
Omega, so at least for Harris, Omega even offers like a free game for it. Like, you can get stuff for it too.
That I think that also when you're participating in the builds and the cleanups, it gives you a sense of pride of where you're at and being a part of the community, so you're going to treat it better, especially if you're a part of someone building it.
And not just like buildings either. Like if you know how to make game props,
Yep.
help with that too. Because Omar builds countless game props.
even-
I know you build game
I
props.
built a few.
Inrise has a lot of
But
games.
I'll say, like, even showing up to a build day and cleaning a path. I wrote a game that specifically needed a path from Southbridge to SGC. There was kind of one. It wasn't very clear, right? And so we went down, and there was like 3 of us cut that whole path, and that's a nice path. You can use it. But that's like, if we didn't have that path, we wouldn't have had that game. So you need to have those nice paths.
At this coming build day, if there's anything specific you need cut and cleared, let us know. We go and clean all the leaves and all the stuff. We enjoy doing it as a team. That's kind of where we bring our new guys on to see what we're working with. We all go up and clean out Mac, up to Castle, up to Prison, over to Tents. We clean it all. So
Thank you.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. We enjoy
awesome.
doing it.
I didn't know
Not
you guys
only
were doing
that,
that. Thank you.
but not only that, but it's also fun to see how like the forest or the foliage grows around all that we build, and seeing how it adapts and what ends
different
up
times of
happening
year,
to
too.
all of it as the years go on. Because especially at Kohl's, and if you were there when it first opened up, just the very entrance of it is this big open field with a bunch of pine saplings that are no higher than a foot.
Very cool place to play.
Nowadays, they're like almost like 3-4 feet tall,
That's awesome.
and
Enough that we can hide behind.
it's
Try
awesome,
that,
and it's
Well.
gonna be really interesting as the years go on, seeing those get even
Yeah.
taller and turn into just this CQB nightmare of an area.
gonna be awesome.
As you're just rushing through branches, and all of a sudden there's a guy 3 feet in front of you.
Place
It's
is
like,
old.
oh no!
Be like,
Trees are speaking BBs.
being like in the Ardennes, right, with the rows of trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The hedgerows.
So, what can you guys recommend for new players getting into the sport?
Go rental. Get put a sweatshirt on, and some denim jeans, and just go out there.
Yeah, be
Get
yourself.
dirty. Definitely, like, do a crappy sweatshirt and jeans.
Lose a
Go
sneaker
out there,
in the mud.
lose a crappy pair of sneakers in the mud. It doesn't matter. Just start with the bare minimum and
Well,
just go out there and
let's
have
ask our-
fun.
Ignore that.
Well, let's ask our two newest players.
One, if you have glasses, buy an X-Fog the first thing.
Boom. Boom. Yes.
It'll make your game way more enjoyable. It won't make you angry. You won't be fighting with the fog. You actually be able to enjoy your game.
You don't have to wear glasses for that. That's for anybody.
Yeah,
Get
anybody.
an Xbox
Anybody,
unit.
X-Fog, yeah, it is definitely
Yeah,
worth
it was a pain in the butt during
Yep.
the night game having to.
Yeah.
Right, day game with X-Fogs, way better. It's never stopped. Never stopped in movement, never stopped in combat. Like that and a little bit of goggle that protects your eyes. If you're younger, definitely something to protect your face, especially if you're not a pain personally. You can't have a good pain tolerance, get a mask. Just be the wanker and get a mask. Other than that,
I'm a
sweatshirt, blue, jeans.
But don't try as a new player. Don't try to compete with the players who've been doing it for 20 years, right? Don't think that you have to be that player. You know, be the player that you are, and try to learn that and try to enjoy that. You know, don't feel afraid to ask, hey, can I try your gun? Can I see what that's like? You know, see what you like out there. Try it out.
You'd be surprised how many of us are just like, oh, yeah, here,
Yeah,
take
sure.
it.
Try it out.
Go have fun.
And whether you're a 10-year player or you're a brand new player, one BB takes, is a hit.
Right.
If you hit somebody with a Springer, you hit someone.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
I am going to add to this, once you find something you like, rock it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're, like, modifying your gear. It's yours. Like, you can make it as unique as you want. You can make it as generic as you want. Like, my armor that I wear, I've got, like, a backpack, like, sewn into it. Like, all my pouches, you can
That
see, like,
armor's
zip
awesome.
tie on them.
Yes.
Like, the M14 I run, it's totally custom, totally unique. And Sparky sees, the benefit of, okay, I'm running the same stuff as everyone else. Like, there's no right or wrong answer as long as you're not hurting someone. Like, take something and make it your own. Whether you want to emulate, a Marine over in Afghanistan, or you want to role play as, like, a peasant farmer that has gotten beaten to death with a baguette.
Nothing's off the table. I got it.
Go with whatever you feel comfortable with, and
Man,
just
now I
rock
want to
it
make a
and
gun
own
that looks
it.
like a baguette but shoots BBs. So it's like I'm holding a baguette.
Yes. Dude,
don't know, man.
there's a video of a guy who went out with a baguette and he got a melee kill by literally throwing it
I actually
across
just
the field.
saw that. Yeah. I
So
just
another
saw
thing
that.
for new players, hydrate.
Yes.
Don't be an
Take
idiot.
care of
Drink.
yourself.
Because you will expend more water than you think. I've seen multiple young people out there who have joined the field and they're red in the face, they're dying of dehydration, they're tired, they don't have the energy to play. It'll mess up your day. Drink some water, bring a snack, be ready to play all day, and have some fun.
If you
Drink
don't have
water.
if you don't have a snack, come find me. I'll give you one.
A lot of people
I'm
are
gonna
gonna
remember
do their
that personally.
snacks and kind of keep drinks. People will look out for your health. Don't be afraid to ask any player on the field, hey, I'm lost, or hey, I need some water, or hey, I don't know where my group's at, or I need help, because everybody on the field, through my experience, will help you. Even if they're in an angry mood, they are going to stop and help you.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Drink on the water. Drink water before you come out to play. The day before.
Yeah, that's
right.
that's a big
I am old, and I have to remember to do that. I drink about a gallon before the day before. I drink about a gallon of water, and then during that game, I have about a gallon on me. That way, I can make it through the day without dying from dehydration.
Camel Pack's a good investment.
Very good advice.
Get a backpack, even if it's a cheap one, like a school backpack. Bring it to wherever your team's respawn is. Fill it with those things: the water, the snacks, the extra BBs. And maybe it's heavy to carry out to the field, but you're gonna leave it there, and it's gonna be there for you when you go back to your respawn. You can fuel up, you can re-BB yourself, drink, eat a snack, and you don't necessarily have to have all of it on you all the time.
Okay.
And also, the flip side of that is you can always have a small pouch. You can always have a canteen. You can have some snacks on you too. Like you can
Tactical
always do
snack
that
pouch.
too. So you can be prepared for any level in the field, but have something.
If you feel stupid, that's okay. We're all out in the woods playing with BBs.
Also,
We've all been there. We all feel dumb
And that- I think
sometimes.
that's
It's
the
okay.
overall thing for everyone to always remember
is that we're having BB wars as grown
Right.
adults, most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Another
You
thing
know,
about
don't
the
take it
snaps.
too seriously.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. We're playing war with BBs.
It's tactical. I saw a kid get 2 kills by offering a what was it? A Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Hey, you want a Slim
You got
Jim?
2
No.
hits with a
Bang!
Slim Jim.
Dead. All right, your enemy won't see it coming. Use it as a tactic. Food wars begin.
Right.
Might have been one of the guys he got with that.
Tactical genius.
I was there. I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
So, history lesson: Canada did that. It was a war crime.
Well, guys, I want to thank you all very much for coming down and taking the chance and doing this. It's been awesome interviewing you.
You guys are great.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
This is great.
Look forward to seeing you guys on the field this year, with or against. It's going to be great. I have no doubts.
Sure.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Remember, for the Empire.
For the Empire.
For the Empire.